Welcome back to TV5 News at 9. It's time for another edition of Design Time. We are in Auburn at Tri-City Furniture with our great friend Kathy Kilborn. Kathy, it's good to see you.
Good to see you. It's been a little while.
Yeah, it's been a while. All right, so what are some of the new things that are happening in the furniture market?
Well, we're seeing a lot of color changes, and definitely color. We're seeing that the gray tones, the cool tones are more going away, and everything is coming into the warm. So we're seeing the tone of brown is back, the earthy colors, very, very strong.
So similar to what we're sitting on now?
Exactly, brand new.
So Kathy, tell us, where's this market held?
This is in North Carolina, but there are multiple markets. We have the North Carolina is the international, so you will see people from all over the world there. And then they have one in the fall. There's also a smaller market in Las Vegas, and they have a winter, which is January, and then also one in August. But that's kind of a hot time to be at that market.
Yeah.
And then there's other markets around the world in Hong Kong and everywhere you can imagine. But the international market that we attend is right there in High Point, North Carolina.
And is this something that anybody can go to?
No, it is very difficult to get into the High Point market. You have to have the right credentials and be an owner or a buyer. Many people say that they've gone to the market, but really that's just stores in that area that are selling and making you think that you're going into the market. The market has taken over most of the city buildings in the downtown area of High Point, and so that's where they display their furniture.
So when you go to these markets and you see the displays, is it set up like a furniture store?
It is to a point, but you have to consider that when they're displaying, it is really all of their furniture. So if you're looking at a recliner company, you're going to see a couple hundred recliners, every style, height, different fabrics, leather, different options. So it's not set up with all the things that you would think. They might have some artwork and accessories, but mostly they're going to focus on their product. If it's a accessory line, it's just accessories. There's really no chairs. So again, it's what they're selling, and it's like if you go to a mall and you go into a store, but in that store then is strictly their product.
So when you go there, do you see all kinds of furniture?
Yes, everything is there. If you want to see it, it's there. They have 9 million square feet of display. So it is huge. The main building in High Point takes up 4 blocks. They built it so the streets actually go under a portion of it, and it's 14 floors. But then a lot of companies have gone and bought a smaller building through the main street, like the bank building or a hotel. They've tore it down and built their own building, or they've just made that building work for what they're doing. So it's not just in one building. You have sometimes you're in a building and then you have to walk a mile over to another building, and then so depending on appointments, it's difficult to get around because furniture is everywhere.
Yeah. How long does it take you to see everything?
Well, normally we try to see what we want to see in about 5 days. You would take a year to see it all.
Oh, wow.
It is everywhere, and we drive to one factory, which is an hour south. So to really see everything would be impossible. It's just you focus on what you want to sell, or maybe seek out new manufacturers that you've heard about. But you're never going to see it all because it's just too much with all that space.
And you know, like you kind of go for work, but do you have fun when you go to?
Well, it's exciting to see new. new colors and new designs. It's great to be able to sit and touch all the different things that are available. It makes us better to help a client for the fit and the comfort. After about 2 hours, it's work. You know, it's just you're working, and because you add on the amount of walking and distance, you know, we go maybe 7 to 8 to 9 miles a day between buildings, and then walking around in a building or in a showroom. So it's just hard on your body.
Yeah.
You kind of come home and, you know, we work 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. on those days. You're exhausted.
Yeah.
So the fun's fun, but it's still work.
The work is still work, right?
It's still work.
So, Kathy, you've been going to these markets for years. Is this something that all furniture store owners do?
Well, they should. Okay, it definitely will make you better for knowledge and for how construction is and what changes. Many owners do not go. It's hard to get around the town. It's expensive to stay down there, but you really get a better feel for what manufacturers offer and how their construction is. I think everyone should go that owns a store and really learn about the products they're selling. A lot of them just say, I'll just do it with the rep. But if you walk into a factory and see what's going on, it tells you a lot more than what someone can just tell you.
Right. Well, Kathy, thank you so much for giving us a bit of a sneak peek into your world and the furniture market and what it's all about.
Well, thank you. It is an amazing thing to take part in. But I've had some of my staff go, and they're going, like, after about the first morning, how long do we have to do this?
Right. When is it over?
When is this done? But it is one of those things which is part of what makes us better and would make anyone who understands the inside of furniture better. So we like it, and we enjoy bringing new to the table.
Yeah.
It's just fun, as well as keeping this area up with what goes on in the world.
Yeah. And, you know, it just pays off in the end.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, Kathy, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. And thank you for being here with this edition of Design Time.